3, 2, 1. We're good to go. Hey everybody, Bruce here, Traveling with Bruce. How you doing today? If you've never watched me on video before on YouTube, you got to know that I've been doing this for 3 years now. I started at the age of 62. I'm going to be 65 in a couple of days. And I thought I would make a couple of videos talking about why I became a YouTuber, how I became a YouTuber, the trials and tribulations, the ups, the downs, everything I've learned about being a YouTuber. And maybe it'll help you out there if you're thinking of becoming a YouTuber yourself. You think maybe this might be a way to make some money while I'm stuck at home during the middle of a pandemic, or who knows how long this thing is going to last. Hey, here's some advice. I thought, why not? Why not talk to you folks about my experience about becoming a YouTuber and why I did it? That's the title of this video. And if it helps inspire you or gives you information to take you to where you want to go someday, way to go. 3 years ago, I became a YouTuber, and I called my channel Traveling with Bruce, hence the t-shirt. And I love talking about cruise ships and going on vacations and the cruise ship news. And then I found that I was also really enjoying talking about the financial side of the cruise business, specifically talking about the stock market side, about being involved in the cruise business. And so I found that I liked talking about the stock market. I used to be a stockbroker at one time. And I thought, why don't I have a second channel? And I created Stock Markets with Bruce. And so now I talk about the stock markets and investing on one channel, and I talk about traveling and traveling with Bruce on the other. So there you go. Why did I become a YouTuber, though, is the question. And reason number one, I like YouTube. I've loved YouTube for a long time. I've been watching YouTube videos since back in 2007 now. It's got to be 13 years ago. Used to follow my favorite YouTubers out there and watch and see what they would talk about. But I wasn't following necessarily cruise ship YouTubers. I was following YouTubers that were living in their RVs and some who went traveling, and then I just followed just whatever was going on, especially music. Love listening to music on YouTube. But I noticed that as I began to dig into it, as I began to think about becoming a YouTuber, which was about a year before I started doing this, I was beginning to watch the logistics of how people were being YouTubers, what they were doing on the air and how they were presenting themselves. And I began to realize, well, if I was going to do this, I would do it in a certain way, in a certain style. I think I might have a better channel than other people have. But then I realized there are others out there. I'm never going to be as good as some of these other folks are, because what they do on their channels is out of this world. One of my favorite channels that I followed for years was Casey Neistat and his channel. And I knew that I would never do a Casey Neistat type of a YouTube channel. But I quickly realized, researching YouTube and figuring it out, you don't need to do a YouTube channel like anybody else. There's no rules. There are no rules to tell you how exactly you should do your video or your videos, or how you should do your channel, or how you should present yourself. It's a wide open platform, and you can go from the most basic of setups to the most elaborate of setups. You can be a one-man operation, or you can be a channel with 25 employees or more. It's all up to you what you really want to be all about. Second reason that I became a YouTuber, I needed the money. I needed a job. I needed to do something. I was 62 when I started. I was 61 when I was thinking about it. And I had just finished some work a few years earlier, and then I had reorganized some of my affairs, and I basically ended up here in Creston, British Columbia, where I live now. And I thought, I need something to do, but I don't want to really work for anybody else. I want to be my own guy. And I thought, you know what? I'm in a luxurious position here. I have about a year of time before this channel has to make me a living. And I asked myself, like I said, before I pulled the trigger to start this channel, can you see a possibility that if you work your tail off in your first year, that this channel will start paying you back for the amount of time you've put in. And I decided that I would start the channel and I would give it a year. And if after the end of the year it didn't pan out the way I wanted, or it wasn't working, or I didn't like it, well, then I would do something else, because there was always a possibility of going to get a day job, I suppose. And so August 2017 is when I started doing this channel as a YouTuber. But I was motivated because I had a year to start making it deliver. And I watched the analytics very closely. And back in those days, in August 17, to become a monetized channel, you had to have 10,000 views under your belt, and you had to have, that was it. That's all you had. You only had to have 10,000 views under your belt. And I reached that level in October. So it was August 17th, 2017, I started roughly. And 2 months later, in October, I reached the 10,000 mark, and my channel became monetizable. And I remember in November, I think I made about $15. And I went, hey, yeah, it's 15 more than you had before you started the channel. And this is American money we're talking about. I'm in Canada, so an American dollar worth $1.35 Canadian. So I made about 20 Canadian bucks in November. Where in October and September, I made nothing. Then in December, I hit $55. And in January, I hit $155. So a tenfold increase in 2 months. We were on our way. Can't live on that yet, but it was a start. Well, what I found was that I was motivated by the stats. I was motivated by how many views I was getting, how many subscribers I was getting, and how much money I could make. But in January of 2018, 5 months into the channel's lifetime, I got the shock of my life when YouTube made the major announcement in January of 18 saying that in 1 month, they were changing everything about monetization. They were basically saying to all channels, no longer will 10,000 views be enough for you to be monetized. Now, starting in February of 18, you had to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in the previous 12 months to be monetizable going forward. The day that was released, that day they did that announcement, I had 225 subscribers. I'd been monetized for a couple of months. I had about 3,000 hours of watch time so far accumulated. And I had just started in the previous month going live with live shows. And I was doing live shows 6 days a week. I was going live Monday to Saturday, every night, live shows talking about cruise ship and cruise ship news. And so they really dropped the ball, or dropped the bomb on all of us when they announced this announcement to us. And I'll tell you, it was a shocker. But I went on the air and told my viewers what was going on. And I asked my viewers to please consider subscribing to get me over that 1,000 subscriber level. And the watch minutes wouldn't be a problem during that month to get the last 1,000 hours. And sure enough, by going live every night, I was generating 5,000 to 10,000 minutes a day. And I needed 240,000 minutes, 4,000 hours, and I had about 180,000 minutes. And so generating 5,000 minutes a day to 10,000 minutes a day, not a problem to get to the 4,000 hours or 240,000 minutes. I actually did that in the first week and a half of the month that I had. So I had the watch time down like no problem. The problem was that I now needed to reach the next hurdle, which was to get to the 1,000 subscriber mark. And that was the tough one. In the first 2 weeks of the 30 days, I was able to get to about 600 subscribers, which was a miracle in itself, to go from 225 to 600 subscribers by the end of January, when in December I'd hit 100. I mean, I went from 100 in December to 600 at the end of January. That's huge. But now I needed this new mark, 1,000. If I'd had 3 months of time, I could have easily done it, but 1 month was tough. So I had 2 weeks left to get 400 more subscribers, and I tell you, I was really slaving away, pounding out new videos, going live every night, trying to make it happen. Well, we reached 1,000 subscribers in February. But historically speaking, we missed it by one day. I reached the 1,000 subscriber mark the day after the cutoff. And I don't know how I blew it, but whatever it had, how it worked that way. But I did get there. Unfortunately, I was demonetized because I was at 980 subscribers officially, but I had the watch time. But I got an email saying, "Hey, way to go! You're one down, one to go, and as soon as you hit 1,000, we will put you into the queue." Then next day, I got an email, "Congratulations, you hit 1,000 subs. You're in the queue for monetization. Should be a week or two. You'll be good to go." 4 months. It took 4 months to become monetized because YouTube was overwhelmed with millions of channels scrambling to become 1,000 subscribers big with 4,000 watch hours. 4,000 watch hours, yeah. And I'll tell you, it was really frustrating waiting that amount of time. But the good news for me was I had now 1,000 subs and climbing, and a lot of these people were really fans of the effort that I was putting in to get to this level. And they started sending me donations because I was out and out asking for help, because I was telling people, folks, I was expecting to make advertising money right now. I've been cut off. The kind of volume I was generating now on the channel, I was doing about 100,000 views a month. When I needed 10,000 views to get monetized. I was now doing 100,000 views a month. I should have been paid about $400 to $500 American dollars every month, but I was getting nothing. And my viewers knew it. They knew it. They saw the numbers. They saw the numbers on YouTube, what I was generating. And so people started sending me cash donations to make up the difference. And what I did was in February, March, not knowing how long it would take to become remonetized, I said to the folks, look, you can send me money on YouTube, but if you do, which I appreciate during my live shows, I get these donations, I only get 70 cents of the money. 30 cents goes to YouTube to collect the money. But since they're not paying me, what loyalty have I got to these guys right now? I've done all this work to get to this level, and now I'm getting nothing. Please send me a donation through my PayPal account, which I had listed. I had a PayPal button up there. And people did it. They started sending me $5 and $10 and $20 donations every once in a while. And I started bringing in $600, $700, $800 a month coming into the channel. And I began to realize I don't have to get a day job. These folks are going to help get me through this rough spot until I do get monetized. And when I'm monetized, my advertising money will replace these donations as they drop off. And this got me through those 4 months. So by the time June arrived in 2018, I did get monetized again. And the monetization began to flow. And I think it was August, I brought in about $400, and then September it was $600, and October was $700 or $800. But November of 18 was the breakout month. $2,100 came in American from advertising. That was 3,000, practically 3,000 Canadian, about 2,800 Canadian dollars. And right there, I went, well, there you go. That's like getting paid $700 a week. That's $35,000 a year. You don't need to get a day job now, because from this point forward, you're going to grow out larger. You're going to earn new subscribers, get more views, and you're going to make it on this channel. And so that's exactly what happened. The challenge to make a living doing YouTube took me 1 year and 4 months roughly to achieve the goal. But really, in about 8 months, I was already bringing in money from donations to make it. It was really amazing. And they obviously liked what it was I was doing. Now, of course, I'm still going live 6 days a week with live shows. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I was doing 2 shows a day. I had a trivia show on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights after the regular sponsor, cruise ship show. I did that until June of 19. I went live for a year and a half, 6 days a week, until I couldn't go live anymore. I was just too tired, and I had to back off and get recovered. But by the time I pulled back from going live 6 days a week, I then had 20,000+ subscribers, because I was growing my subscriber base nicely. That November and December of 18, when I became, truly self-employed as a commercial, living off commercial revenue from YouTube. I was now averaging 3,000 to 5,000 subscribers a month at that time for several months in a row, and it quickly got me to 20,000 subscribers. And I was probably in the low 20s by the time I stopped going live 6 days a week. And then I started doing what I do now, which is I go live 1 day a week, Monday nights, twice. I go live 7 o'clock for sponsor members, 8 o'clock for followers. And that's how that evolved over time. Number 3, I wanted to challenge myself and make a go of it and be my own boss. Number 4, I love being self-employed and in control. Those two right there are kind of the same, but that's point 3 and 4. I wanted to challenge myself that I could do it and become a YouTuber, and I was prepared to put in all the hours necessary to make it happen. And as it turned out, I worked 12 to 14 hours a day, every day of the week, 7 days in a row. You couldn't stop me from doing YouTube. It's what I wanted to be, what I wanted to be doing, and I had the time, full time, to dedicate myself to do what I wanted to do. I could have taken any subject I wanted. I could have talked about the stock market right off the get-go if I wanted to do that. I could have talked about traveling only. I could have talked about being a dad. I could have talked about jobs that I've had over the years. Who knows? But what I found that I enjoyed doing was I enjoyed following the cruise ship market and the cruise ship business because I love cruising with my wife. And my thought was, why not make a channel about cruising? And then my wife and I could perhaps go on cruises together with our viewers. That was the big plan. And unfortunately, the pandemic got in the way of our group cruises as we were supposed to start our first group cruises here towards the end of 2020, and everything got in the way. But that's just the way it goes. Well, here we are, 3 years and 1 month later. We are now in September 2020. I've been doing this since August 17. I'm going to turn 65 in a couple of days, and I'm still going strong on the channel. Loving the entire experience. Learned so much that I had no idea I would have to learn, that I would learn. I thought starting a YouTube channel would just be a simple matter of what you see here. I'll just get in front of my little camera. Right now I'm talking to you on my computer, and I'll just share some thoughts with you every day and post it up, and you'll discover me, and it'll be great. Doesn't work that way. You got to promote yourself. You got to promote your channel. You got to promote you got to push your analytics out there. You got to work the SEOs, the keywords, the AdWords, all kinds of neat stuff you have to do. But I enjoy it. I rather enjoy it. And I've also figured out there aren't enough hours in the day to make this channel work. You just don't have enough time to make this channel what you want it to be, because there's too much to do. So you have to now allocate your time and what it is you're going to do, and how much time are you going to dedicate towards any one thing. And what I find is I love to do the research for what the videos are going to be about. Then I love to put together my thought process about how I'm going to talk about today's topic. And then I start building a video. And basically, if you watch my videos about cruise shipping, you'll find that most of these are slideshows with me just talking over top of the video, over the pictures. You don't generally see me on the air. You'll only see me in front of a camera when I do my live shows. And that way I can interact with my viewers personally. But most of the time I'm just talking into a microphone and talking over a slide presentation I've put together. And I might have a video that'll last from, say, 6 to 14 minutes or 15 minutes in length, kind of thing. Nowadays, I like to do sort of 8 to 10 minute videos, maybe 12-minute videos. And so I'll have my topics written out on a sheet of paper, what I like to talk about, what's going to happen today. And then I create the script. I just wing it. I don't have a script written out. I don't follow it. It's pretty loosey-goosey, but it works. And the beauty of it is if the video is 30 seconds longer or shorter or longer, I can adjust the pictures to the voice to make this fit. So if I talk for 8 minutes and 42 seconds, the video is 8 minutes and 43 seconds long. That's how I do it. I sort of make it match. This comes from experience. If you watch my first ever videos, they're terrible. They're really, not great. Yet I still have videos that I made in the first month of going on the air between August and September of 17 that still generate views to this day. They generate 100, 200, 300 views a day. They just kind of, plug along. It's rather surprising how it works. And that's what I heard from YouTube influencers that I watch all the time. My advice to you, if you want to become a YouTuber, see how others do it. Follow influencers who are specialists at telling you how to be a good YouTuber. Find some that you like and that you can relate to, perhaps, and follow their advice. But you can also reach out to existing YouTubers. Now, not all of us are able to respond to every request made to us. I have to admit, the number of comments I get on certain days are in the hundreds, and it takes days to read them for me. I don't have a staff of people. I'm a one-man operation. My wife helps a little bit here and there, but I'm generally still a one-man show now with 60,000 subscribers. But those of you who want to become a YouTuber, yes, you're certainly welcome to send me a message either through this video or through my Facebook group page for Traveling with Bruce, spelled with 2 L's. And I'll try to respond to you and give you whatever advice I can if it's not too onerous a request. But influencers are the way to go to really follow it. But anyway, there's a couple of reasons why I became a YouTuber. It was about the money, the self-employment, the enjoyment of doing this, the platform, loving the platform itself. I got a real kick out of knowing that I'm now a YouTuber. I'm a creator on YouTube. I tell people, some people say to me, well, what do you do? And I tell them I'm a YouTube creator. They cannot believe it. The guy with all this white hair and whatever hair there's left on the top of his head, you're a creator on YouTube. Usually these are young people. They're not that ancient, but yeah, it's what I do, and I enjoy it. And I love the interaction with my viewers, and I cannot thank them enough. It's been a real journey, and you're welcome to join the journey with me live every Monday night, 8 o'clock. I'm on Eastern time, Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern. Love talking about YouTube and cruising and visiting with my followers. It's something I really enjoy doing. I hate missing a Monday night show. I don't know if I've maybe missed only one in the entire years I've done this work. I just do not want to miss my Monday night evening with my viewers. And if you really want to be part of this channel, become a sponsor member. There's a join button probably down here. It'll run you 33 cents a day to be a sponsor member of this channel. That gets you here 7 o'clock on Monday nights Eastern time. 1 hour hangout show just between me and my sponsor members. That's a small, tight group of about 48 people, growing, but still only about 48. And so if you've got questions about becoming a YouTuber or doing this as a living and you want to talk to me one-on-one, that's your chance every Monday night for an hour. You got my attention, along with my other sponsor members. So there you go. Come and join me. So consider subscribing to this channel if you love talking about cruise ships and what's going on in the cruise world and following Bruce and his exploits. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I hope I haven't bored you with this rant and discussion over about my channel. And we'll see you on a live show on Mondays or catch a video anytime. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.